Ah! Hello! So, I'm here for one reason. The quote, trans women are women. I'm sorry to say something to you. You're fucked in the head. This is coming from a person who had self-harm tendencies. That means I have somewhat of a mental disorder in my own head. And I'm telling you, you're fucked in the head. If you can't understand that you have not any reason to, whatever the fucking phrase is, transition, you're not going to change. Okay? You may change on the outside and you may think you're changing on the inside, but that mental disorder that you are different will always be there. And no one will accept that difference that you think is there because they will see you as the mental case you are. So, life gave you a plate full of fecal matter. Okay? Most people say that fecal matter tastes like sugar. You have to convince yourself that this fecal matter tastes like sugar. And to be honest, if you think about it too much, yeah, it's gonna be fecal matter. It's gonna taste like shit because it is shit. It's gonna smell like shit too. But it's that thought of it tasting like sugar. That's what keeps you going, isn't it? That's what everyone else says to you. That's what everyone's going to say to you. And that's what they've been saying for the past century or so. That plate of fecal matter tastes like shit. And let me tell you, the difference between a person that is coherent with his sensibility and incoherent with his sensibility is not understanding that you have to accept the plate of shit whether or not it tastes like sugar. You were born the way you were. Accept it. I had to. Everyone else will. Because it's you. You have to accept yourself before you can allow others to accept you. Love yourself, then love others. If you don't have a personal image that you can like, then you got to work on yourself. And changing the outside of you will not do that. Okay? It's all in your head. And if you need help, ask for it. Not many people ask for it because they think in their head that they are completely right. There is no way, factually, statistically, scientifically, or any other, that they're wrong. And this is ignorance. You're ignorant of your own image. You were a woman, right? We all start off as the female gender inside the womb, and then something special happens and we turn into men. And then sometimes it doesn't happen, and that's where the women come from. And they give more children to, have that special happening to turn into men. But that's out of your control. You are the child. You have no control over the conception of yourself. So anytime you try to change your own story, your life, inside of your story of your life, you're just ruining it. No one's going to read your story. No one's going to watch your movies. No one's going to read your books. No one will care. They're just going to leave you in the back alley being raped by some fucking hounds that have been eating out of the garbage bin, cracked off their fucking mind because, they just scored a bump across the block. You're fucked. And I'm not a radical person. Honestly. I am conservative in certain aspects. The only liberal things that I like are guns for everyone. Drugs are legal. The second one being to tax the drugs that are sold, for one, to take the money out of the black market, for two, to regulate the quality of the product of the drug, three, and to taxize that drug, another iteration of one. The guns, I don't give a fuck. You can be a convict as long as you didn't actually kill people as a convict. Like you went to let's say it was a drug charge. Drug charge didn't lead this charge did not lead to manslaughter or homicide or shit like that. If it didn't go there, you should have a gun. I don't give a fuck. Because I'm going to have my gun. And if you come to my house and I don't want you there, I'm going to pull my gun on you. And we're going to have a duel. Like it should be. That kind of helps with these ecologists that are very concerned on the population of the world. Just give everyone guns. A lot of people are going to die. Of course they're going to die. How else are you going to get rid of the population? You're just afraid that your ethnicity, whatever it may be, is going to be killed and destroyed because of it. And to be honest, okay. That is a reasonable thing to be concerned about. Honestly, it is a very reasonable concern. That doesn't change my ideas. If you're so afraid of your ethnicity being destroyed by people with guns, maybe you should advocate for your ethnicity to have more guns. It's just a radical idea, I guess. Just give everyone fucking guns. But that's besides the point. We all start with 2 X chromosomes, and then something happens, and then half of us have one of those X chromosomes turn into a Y chromosome. And that's what makes men different from women. And from then on, we have different growing pains. Okay? Accept it. Accept the plate of shit and eat it. And convince yourself that it tastes like sugar.